It is 10 o'clock. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Down Studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. In NFL news, a group led by San Francisco 49ers partner Vinod Khosla has agreed to purchase the Seattle Seahawks, the defending Super Bowl champions, a selling price for $9.612 billion. That is a record for an NFL franchise. The Final Four of the 2026 FIFA World Cup is set in stone. Argentina will take on England after both teams won on Saturday in extra time. On the other side of the bracket, France and Spain will face off. That game happening tomorrow afternoon for a spot at the final in New Jersey. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Lucas is back. Look at that. You look like hell. I don't know that I've ever seen you with facial hair, and I don't know that I would describe that as facial hair, but I hope your trip was wonderful. It looked spectacular. You and Megan gallivanting across the beaches of Brazil. Welcome back.
Good to be back. Yeah, this is the product of not shaving for like 5 days, and it just looks like somebody took a pencil and tried to draw an attempt at a beard on my face. But I am disheveled, I am delirious and sleep deprived, but I'm here. And that's dedication. It was a great trip. Good to be back.
Or are you just out of vacation days? I feel like, because
it's not that I'm out of vacation days, it's that I want to use them.
I saw his energy level when I got here, and I'm like, maybe just go home. It's okay. You don't have to be. We were fine for a week. We could do a week and a day.
No, don't say that.
And he kind of growled at me and said, no, I'm going to be here. I said, okay. Drove from Atlanta this morning.
I did. Woke up at 6 a.m. Eastern time.
Jesus.
Your hair is Jimmy Neutron in today.
Yes.
It looks like it's sticking like a couple inches off of your head.
I mean, he's wearing just some kind of generic shirt that it seems you might find in an airport kiosk.
It is exactly something you would find in an airport kiosk.
You've never looked more like a beach bum in Brazil than you do right now. I mean,
literally, the only clean clothes that I had left in my suitcase. This is your token, like, aunt gives you a present when you arrive in Brazil gift. Yeah. Like, hey, good to see you. Here's a shirt. Thank you. I needed it, or I would have been wearing dirty clothes
across the front. I assume original was copyrighted, so it's the originals. So we're happy to have Lucas back, Robert most of all. Although, Robert, I don't know if we have ever done a better show than we did on Friday. I don't know what the hell we did. I just kind of blacked out. Yeah, I've never seen you sweat so much.
That was a moment in time that I think has to live on its own, because I tried to explain Friday's show to about 16 different people.
Why?
Because I was delirious. I needed someone else to wallow in the self-pity that was Friday's show. And everyone that I explained it to kind of just had gave me like the wink, wink, they're just like squinting and blinking at me as I'm telling them. So no one found it funny besides us. I don't even know if it happened. I'm not sure it happened. It might have been a fever dream. Tried to explain to Lucas the chicanery, the snake hunting, the Ramon Foster, the Ron slaying. And
picked the wrong day to try to get Lucas's attention on anything.
Just stared through him with glazed eyes.
Slay is in the chat saying Pan's eyes look like someone is holding a gun to him and making him be there, which is any other day normally. But now you just look exhausted.
Yeah, I'm just back. That's all that is.
Your raccoon eyes have never looked more raccoon.
Yes. No. The eyes are sunken. All right. I guess I should just go home. If I'm just going to get in here and get dragged for showing up.
I haven't really looked at you yet today, and so I'm just now noticing your airport T-shirt.
Yeah, I spent 13 hours on an airplane yesterday. What do you want from me? I spent time in Brazil, Peru, and the
let's
U.S.
talk about your trip. Give us the highlights.
It was mostly a wedding planning trip, but it was awesome. We ate a lot. Buffet tastings, dessert tastings, all these things. So great to spend time with family for 4 days. Great to spend time in Rio for the other 4 days. We did get to have some fun. It was mostly taking care of business and logistics for the wedding that we're having in Rio in a year, which will be here before we know it.
It's
I look forward
still a
to seeing
year?
you guys there. 11 months, almost exactly 11 months. but it'll
This
fly
damn
by.
stadium's going to open before you get married.
Oh, believe me, I'm ready to be done wedding planning.
You think it's hard to try and get him to pay attention to some bits that we were doing on Friday's show? Imagine trying to get him to plan a wedding.
I'm much more focused on that. It's a lot.
My favorite text I
And
got
out of
from
fear, Megan holds a power over you that obviously neither of us have.
Lucas over his break texted me at one point, and he just said, "I'm drunk as hell." It was like during
When did that happen?
It was like during the drinking
day
portion,
was
I
that?
guess.
Oh, yeah.
You were like, I'm drunk, Megan's drunk,
Okay.
the wedding planner's drunk.
This is not a thing that we do in the States, right? We do buffet tastings in the States. And I am new to wedding planning, as anybody who gets married for the first time is. But in the U.S., there are tastings for the dinner that you're going to serve to your guests. That makes sense.
Sure.
I had never heard of drink tastings, where the open bar or the company that you are looking to contract gives you a sample of their product, right?
Yes, I'd like to try a Miller Lite, please.
Exactly, right? You bring tequila, whiskey,
Oh, this
vodka,
was good. I'll take
Coke,
5 more.
and some beers. Yeah, what do we have to taste? But that is what you do there. The companies, they came to our Airbnb with our wedding planner, set up in the little kitchenette, and just started making drinks for us to taste. All these like artisanal cocktails with like essence of lavender and passion fruit.
So are these like your signature drinks, right? When you go to some weddings, they will have a signature cocktail for the bride, for the groom,
Yeah.
sometimes for the dog.
We do have that, but there is also just a menu of like artisanal cocktails that are they have a lot of like local fruits
sounds
and
lovely.
ingredients, and they'll have all the regular stuff, but they treat it like it is the buffet tasting essentially. And we just sat there as this dude made 15 of the most beautiful drinks you've ever seen in your life and is just handing them to us. And it's just me, Megan, and one of our wedding planners watching the France-Morocco game in our Airbnb. And it's like, we got to finish all the drinks. And then like halfway through, you're like, we can't possibly. It was a lot.
So mix those two together.
A lot of
Put
that
those
stuff.
two together.
No, that would be you. One of these things.
Now you guys kiss. Oh, come on, baby. I'm kidding. Okay, I'll kiss her.
Jordan says that guys don't plan weddings. They just show up and say, I do.
I don't think that's entirely true.
Not in this case, though, because I kind of have to be a conduit for my wonderful fiance who doesn't speak a lick of Portuguese. So this is something that has been a lot, but I can't wait, to be done with wedding planning,
Sure.
but also to marry my beautiful bride and have all of you guys there with me.
It'll be a great time. Did your wedding planner also get housed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a great time. It was awesome.
I imagine that's the best version of a wedding planner. They're probably venting
You guys
about
will
all the
meet him.
stress that they're taking on.
He's a good dude. Yeah.
I mean, I've only been around wedding planners in a third party capacity. I've been in wedding parties before, and you often see the frantic wedding planner. A lot of times, it's an overworked, overstressed female in a lot of situations, and they're just on your ass the entire time. You're just there with your boys trying to have a big time. I feel bad for the wedding planner at the end of the day because I'm like, oh, you really got to put up with us, and I've been drinking since 8.
They're going to have a great time with us. You guys will meet them, a great group of people, and it was a fantastic trip. The weather couldn't have been better. We did Christ the Redeemer and all the things,
Sure.
but
No bungee jumping?
no bungee jumping,
Helicopter rides?
no extreme sports. We avoided those. I did feel robbed at Brazil's defeat against Norway because Saturday night would have been in Rio for Brazil versus England in Miami, and the quarterfinal was not meant to be.
Well, Robert, do you want to break it to him, or do you want me to do it?
No more kickball.
Oh, really? Is that why you guys, not me, but you guys booked Hercules Gomez, ESPN analyst and former U.S. men's national team player today?
You guys, Buck said that's the dude off Hercules. Like Phil.
No, buddy, I'm sorry.
What?
That's right. You can't escape it. You can't escape
I
it.
thought you told me to book the guy from Hercules.
Semifinals.
I did tell you that, but what I did not tell you that is this particular
Final
Hercules
coming up
is-
Sunday.
Yeah.
I can go the distance. I'll be there someday.
No, it's so good.
And I must be strong. Not that guy?
Hades, the best character. Why are the best characters in the Disney movies always the villains?
They do such a good job. Ursula slaps.
I'm telling you. From Captain Hook to Ursula to even like not Medusa. What's the one from Sleeping Beauty?
Oh, dadgummit. I played Kingdom Hearts. I should know this.
Either way. So since you have left, obviously Brazil met its untimely end. in World Cup play, and we felt sorry for you. At least you got the vibes, the good vibes on the front end, and then the team just kind of laid down.
Yeah, they didn't deserve to move on.
It was not a game worth talking about. So after that, the U.S. men's national team laid down like dogs.
Laid down.
I mean, spineless performance.
Yes.
And I appreciate that somebody around Christian Pulisic or somebody in Christian Pulisic's camp wanted to get it out there that he experienced a microfracture during the game. I've never heard of a microfracture occurring during the game. I've only heard of microfractures in the sense of there was like a knee procedure that I feel like a lot of basketball players were having for a period of time where they would go in and in order to get something to regenerate properly, they would have to like microfracture the knee. I've never heard of a player experiencing a microfracture on the field. So obviously you hope he's okay, but like he's the toy that keeps breaking.
Well, the injury stuff aside, it feels like all of the criticism around Pulisic has been about the injury and coming off it. I don't even care about the injury. I care about the performance
before the injury.
Why aren't we talking about the performances and how they faded since that Paraguay game? And I'm sure injuries had something to do with that. But
no, it's easier. It's easier for people to latch onto. Well, the guy's fragile. The guy's injury prone. Like that's an easier American sports talk conversation to have rather than to ignore the fact that he was. I don't want to say that he was completely non-existent, but he was not a critical factor in their success.
No, well, he was in the first game. In the first half of setting the tone of those first 45, he was fantastic. And then he was fine until the Belgium game.
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Is that the Beauty and the Beast?
No, that's
Angelina Jolie.
That's Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah.
That's Sleeping Beauty.
The one that turns into the dragon.
Yes, correct.
That's the Sleeping Beauty villain?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wait. Yes.
Yeah, Maleficent.
Yeah, is it not Snow White? Yeah,
No.
yeah, you're right.
Snow White
You're
is,
right. You're right.
She's the witch.
You're right.
No, wait, is Snow White the dragon?
No, Snow White is
Sleeping
not
Beauty's the dragon.
Yes, Sleeping Beauty is not the dragon.
There's not a dragon.
The movie
in
with
Snow
the
White.
dragon. Who's the bad guy in Snow White? It's a witch.
It's a witch.
No, it's the little dudes.
No, the dwarves are the good guys.
That's what they want you to think.
There's one of them named. None of them are nice.
The evil queen. She's just the evil queen in Snow White.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
I had more FOMO, I will say, last week than I've ever had being out.
We missed you too.
Ever. Like, just because of how, especially leading up to the Belgium game, how dominating the soccer talk was. I was like, damn, this is the one time that I really
did
wish
so
I
much
was.
soccer.
I know.
Not only did I book, Robert,
Not
technically.
after Wednesday.
Huh?
After Wednesday.
Not after the U.S. game?
No, because we had the Egypt result on the air.
Yeah, that was
on the air.
Insane.
I'm losing my mind
That was
because
wild.
one, they're up 2-0 at the 78th minute against Argentina.
That was wild.
I don't want to do the whole show again because obviously I've already done the
insane.
show, but we did miss you last week because we did so much soccer.
I did have the FOMO. Monday and Tuesday, with how much soccer talk there was, I had some crazy FOMO.
I was really.
So Robert's out on the World Cup since the U.S. Laid down like dogs.
But you know what?
I'm out on the World Cup because it's rigged. Because I'm with Egypt's coach and the Egyptian Football Federation and saying I can't be silent. It would be wrong to be silent. It's rigged.
That was crazy. The VAR discussion has been prevalent. I will say, Robert, I don't love, of course, I hate the fact that you are as hurt as you were by the U.S.'s gut punch of a just lay down, pitiful performance. But there's also a side of me that appreciates that because that means that you were in and you were invested. And your reaction to the U.S. loss was not dissimilar to a post-heartbreaking Ravens loss reaction from Robert Walsh.
All right, we'll talk about it. Yeah, that's exactly why I left the group chat. Again, I had to leave the group chat twice.
Did you? I didn't notice.
Yes. Well, when another person that's in the group chat put the American logo fading into a Ravens logo,
Yes.
I had to leave.
But that's how I feel like that's why I think we got Robert, because he was legitimately devastated by that. Like
I
that
will never care again.
tore him. Okay, we'll see about that.
No,
that's what you said 4 weeks ago.
That's what you said. That's what you said after the Ravens lost to the Bills, and I thought we had to put you on self-harm watch
I've
in
heard
the
that
parking
one
lot.
before.
I didn't say no. That was a no.
It's okay. Like when the Ravens lose, you're in here the following morning, like devastated.
I don't want to talk about it, dude.
Saying things you don't mean.
It's
It's getting ready to happen
going
against
to
the
make me
Games
upset.
right around the corner.
And the fact
This is
that
football
happened.
talk, baby.
Going to make me upset.
But that tells me how much you cared, and I just want you to know that I appreciate it.
So, in the absence of World Cup, after, what was the Egypt game? Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. Either way, we came in here and decided
Tuesday.
that we were not going to talk about kickball anymore. We have pivoted to a Neil the Seal show. We are exclusively...
Oh, is that the Australian seal?
That's right.
Yes.
The elephant seal.
Dude, he's awesome.
We are exclusively covering stories
Love that
in
seal.
and around and adjacent to Neil the Seal, the 220 or it's like 2,200 pound elephant seal that's just terrorizing a small neighborhood and one privacy fence that he likes to take a nap in front of.
It's so awesome.
Delightful.
He has made it to Brazil because our wedding planners were the ones that told us about Neil the Seal. They're like, have you seen this seal? Awesome. Love Neil the Seal.
So you missed a lot.
I did.
You missed a lot. 615-737-1045, the number if you want to jump in. F&M Bank Chat, also available to you if you want to see Lucas's sad excuse for facial hair. You can do that on Zone TV. By the way, if you want to see all of this, whatever this is, in person, Thursday. Thursday's the bowling. Thursday's the bowling event, and we're very excited about it at Eastside Bowl, even though these liners say next Thursday.
Just cross it out.
I just,
right above it.
It's all they have to do is delete it. Just delete next.
I mean, technically, it is the next Thursday that we will have.
That's what they meant. That's what they meant. See, Lucas, you're thinking outside the box. He leaves the country, comes back a more dignified human being.
My odyssey back completely changed the way I think.
It's just so. It also says July the 1st. On the 3HL Brian or the Ramon Bryan Motorsports thing.
I think that's the 17th.
Okay, very good. I'm glad that we reviewed these things.
Go
Anyway,
check that out. The 1st.
Bowling.
At 1st.
Bowling.
Cover 2 coming up at 1 p.m.
Don't piss me off, all right? I'm excited about the bowling. The bowling is happening Thursday. It's for a great cause. We're looking forward to having you guys at Eastside Bowl with us. I think there's been like 35 tickets or however many teams sold. We only have 6 lanes, so there's not that many more tickets to be had for this thing. But we'd love to have you out there. If you want to make it a sellout, it's for a great cause in Home Street Home, as I mentioned, an incredible organization who is out here helping to rehabilitate the unhoused community here in Middle Tennessee. I know Slay is looking forward to it because we will have not room temperature. We will have room temperature shots, and they will be of Reyka Vodka because Reyka Vodka is a partner.
I'm bringing a microwave.
In this endeavor, yes, we are bringing a microwave exclusively to microwave Slay shots before we take them because that's the only way he'll drink that vodka in general. I just don't know why any human being insists on drinking that way. He drinks as if he has his sweat towel that he grills out with, like that he's sweating. So he might as well just drink the hot vodka at that point. Anyway, Slay will be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of our friends from the station are going to be there. We hope to see you there as well. We will get into some World Cup action. I'm sorry, Robert. He's back, so we're going to talk about the World Cup because it was an interesting way for us to get to the Final Four of these teams. What are you taking your headset off in protest? What are you going to do? It's all right. I have Carrot Top. I don't need you anymore. look how scared he looks.
I know you watched it.
615-737. No, I'm convinced he's actually not watching it anymore. I think he's the only one, though, because most people are. And so we'll talk about the World Cup action. We'll take some phone calls coming up next.
A day at the spa, the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, or any occasion. Lavish and luxurious, yet affordable. A grand gesture, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury. Something special that shows more than just words. A gift from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs across I-65 from Galleria Mall. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com anytime.
Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. That's the one thing they don't have in Brazil. Soon, Lucas will be our Brazilian Hattie B's envoy, and as we send various emissaries to help expand the Hattie B's hot chicken empire, Brazil next up.
I did miss it. I really missed that new East Nashville location.
What's the best thing you ate?
For me, it's like the food that you just eat for lunch on a Tuesday, at my aunt's house, where it's just rice, beans, a cut of steak, and a little like salad, literally tomato, lettuce, and that's it. It's just home cooking. That's, for me, the best thing that you eat in Brazil. But out, moqueca. You ever heard of moqueca?
I don't think I have.
It's basically a fish stew that they serve in like a clay bowl with a clay bowl of rice and other sort of little vinaigrette. And you just put the rice and put the stew, kind of ladle it onto the rice and just go to town.
We were talking about Neil Asile earlier, and the chat made mention of the fact that Sam Neill passed away. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, R.I.P.
Most famous, he's probably,
it's Jurassic Park.
It's not probably. It's most famous for Jurassic Park, but underrated acting career. You guys ever watch The Hunt for Red October?
No.
Such a good movie. He is one of the Russian generals. Him and oh my God, who's the famous actor? One of the first James Bond.
Like this.
Yeah, Sean Connery.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's a terrible thing for me to not be able to remember.
Silly.
Anyway, sad to see Sam Neill pass away. 78, too young. 615-737-1045, the number if you want to jump in. We've got some phone calls to take, then we'll talk some footy. How about Gator Mike?
Hey, what's going on? First off, welcome back, Lucas. By the way, Las Maracas over here by mine and your house, they have a great mocate. It's new on the menu.
Mocate. Okay.
Well, whatever, the fish stew thing you were talking about.
Whatever the hell it's called.
Okay. No, I want to check that
The
out,
thing I
Mike.
can't pronounce. They've got it.
No. I'm going to check that out, Mike.
Thank you for the call.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's new on the menu. But also, Buck, you're right. Hunt for Red October, highly underrated movie. That's probably my favorite Sam Neill role, by the way. But Lucas, you'll appreciate this. My son was visiting with his girlfriend. Her family lives in Bogota, so he got to see a Colombia game in Bogota, and he said it's just unreal. Like, they shut down. Like, everybody's wearing jerseys. There's a big celebration, obviously. They came up short in that game, but just to experience it, internationally like that was great. But finally, Buck, the best thing from Friday's show, Lucas, if you start getting weird looks from your neighbors, you may have some explaining to do, because Robert told the story when he went over to feed your cat. As he's coming out the door, he's saying, oh, all right, I'll see you.
Oh, no. Don't fade Mike out. I
The world will never know.
What were you doing at my house?
Thank you. 60 seconds. I mean,
What were you doing?
that's the rule.
You'll never know.
He didn't flush.
Wait, did I?
What did you do?
I don't think I pooped there.
What did you do?
As I was leaving your house, I was giving pleasantries to your cat, and I was saying, like, oh, Leo, I love you. I see you later, buddy. Your daddy will be home in a couple days. Boo. And I'm, like, talking to him, and
Yeah.
I, like, close the door.
As one does.
In the little, like, cat baby voice.
As one does.
And I'm jiggling the handle, make sure it's locked, and I turn around to put the key back, and your neighbor is outside.
Mr. Fletcher?
Yeah, dude, well, Mr. Fletcher, he's probably like, who the hell were you just talking to?
I'm sure they've heard stranger things, especially with the amount of times you've been at my place. But, okay, I appreciate you being transparent about it. Thank you for hanging out with my cat.
Oh, he's a good cat. It's easy. Besides him getting his aggressive boits, he
Yeah.
likes to boit a little too much.
He does.
You be smacking his butt, and he just like, ah.
Yeah.
He's overstimulated.
Yeah.
Also, orange cat. Leo, very orange cat.
Yeah, he's got that sort of screw loose.
From Gator Mike to Mike in Murfreesboro.
Hey, Lucas, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hope you had a good time there in Brazil. You were very much needed on Friday to walk Bert back off the ledge. He was about to end it all at some point with the kid chirping different 1045 stars names. that it was that was quite a laugh fest between that and the steak wrangling.
So I heard.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's the definition of must have been funnier in person.
Yeah, you had to be there.
Because it was, I mean, I can't even imagine what it would be to go back and like watch Friday's show and us just like, we were just dying laughing at nothing. Like at nothing at all. And we would just completely break down in tears. And then we would go to commercial break and come back laughing. It was just weird. It's like we were high.
It's like when you hang out with your friends and it's like 3 a.m. and you're just dying laughing at.
But nobody's saying anything.
Yeah. But it's just because you're a kid and you're tired and it's late.
We're just delirious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were delirious.
By the end of the week, we had done so much soccer that the two of us were exhausted. We had just completely exhausted our mental capacity to talk about a sport that we know very little about.
That's great. That makes me happy.
Yeah, and we just broke down at the end. And so we're doing Neil the Seal and this tsunami of snakes, this video that Ramon sent us that I was convinced was AI, but appears to be real, of cobras in a flooded city in China, just surfing the waves. It's absurd.
Now it looks like we're going to have to roll on Yellowstone as well. Did you see what?
The dude getting flipped by the bison?
Okay.
Oh, my God.
We should save that. Like, put that. That's a whole segment by itself.
Okay. That old man ring around the
Well,
rosy.
he doesn't want to do it here because this is the last time that we're going to talk about soccer.
Okay. You enjoy your 7
Put it
minutes.
before polls.
He said, I have 8 minutes. Back off. Okay, so the Final Four is set. What do you want to say about it?
England and Argentina reviving their rivalry for a semifinal is a dream. And I'm saying that with probably the two best teams in the world playing in the other semifinal in France and Spain. Just humor me for a second. And as we travel through the history,
all we've done for the last 5 weeks.
I jump into like a Ken Burns style.
Humor me. Buddy, it's literally, we have
it's been a month of humoring me. Absolutely. But England and Argentina is probably the biggest rivalry that has nothing to do with regionality on the planet. And this is what you love about international soccer because it ties into geopolitics and all these things. And it literally goes back to before the Falklands War, but the Falkland War is a big part of it. And 1986, England and Argentina, Diego Maradona scoring a goal with his hand literally years after the Falkland War and saying that it was revenge for all the young Argentinian men that were killed by British soldiers. Moving on to 1998 in the game where David Beckham gets a red card against Argentina and is vilified in England for 4 years after that. They played again in 2002. It feels like one of those clashes that whenever it happens, it's going to make for an iconic moment. So I'm thrilled that Lionel Messi gets that opportunity that he has not had yet to play England in a World Cup and try and continue to create his legacy in the shadow of Diego Maradona. Even though, like I said, probably the two best teams in the world face off in the other semifinal.
Well, and Spain now looks the part, right? They did. Maybe you disagree with me, but it felt like from what I was seeing from other teams versus what Spain is reputed to be, they look a little sluggish.
Yeah, they really had to grow into the tournament.
Yeah, sure. and so they have. And that's, at the most important time, they were still finding ways to win games. Even as recently as that Egypt game, though, Lucas, I felt like Argentina was just kind of mailing it in and that they would just bail themselves out with spectacular moments.
It's crazy.
In the end, and that they have just been able to lean on the fact that Messi has 8 damn goals. Him and Mbappe right now are neck and neck for the Golden Boot race. It's going to be a spectacular World Cup Final Four in the sense that we were talking about this early on in the tournament or once we got to the round of 32 where I was talking about upsets. And I said to you, it felt like a lot of the things that we've been previewing are being turned on its head. And then, of course, you have the Cape Verde run. But at the end of the day, you get probably the 4 best teams in the tournament.
Seeds. I would call them the 4-1 seeds, basically.
So we're looking at Duke and Kentucky and maybe not Kentucky, like
UConn.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like the best teams in the March Madness. It's the 1 seeds. It's Arizona. It's Kansas. It's Duke, and it's UConn, like Lucas mentioned. So I think that's going to make for the best result. The drama in almost every one of these games has just been electric. Even if I put my bias for the Egypt result aside, that game was ridiculous.
Wow, one of the craziest in World Cup history.
Completely ridiculous. Vandy Chris on YouTube says, Argentina should not be there. Egypt was screwed by VAR, and once again in their most recent game, they moved on because of a controversy. They shouldn't be in the Final Four. I think that England should have gotten there, but there were a lot of questionable reviews in that England game too.
Against Norway?
Yeah.
Yes, the better team won that game. I don't think there was anything crazy egregious that happened. Also, everybody freaking out because Argentina once again got a VAR bonus or benefit against Switzerland with Brielle Mbolo. But it was such a clear dive. Like, it's clear simulation. It was something that was emphasized coming into the tournament. So I'm not sure about the hand-wringing over retroactively giving Mbolo a yellow card that gets him sent off in that Argentina game. To me, that was the right call. Don't dive to try and force your opponent to get a yellow card. So, end of the day, England and Argentina have just had to scrap their way to this point, while France have done it looking unstoppable. Spain have done it, not in the most inspiring fashion, but with control. They've literally conceded one goal for the entirety of the tournament, so they've not been overly convincing, but they also haven't really been, scared or pushed to the brink, while France just looks like a team that is impossible to stop and just has star players across the board at every level. But yet still, it's that England-Argentina game that I feel like is just going to be a war that we could potentially be talking about for years to come.
Well, see, it's one of the better Final Four situations that you can think of, at least in the last, I don't know, in the last calendar year of sports, right? Because these teams, it's not like the NFC Championship game that you're looking at and like, okay, that's the better game. Like, the Super Bowl is going to be a wash. The Patriots are going to get in there. The Seahawks are going to run them. And that'll be that. And you didn't necessarily feel that way about the Knicks and the Spurs, but the Knicks and the Spurs kind of played out that way, where the better team just ended up running them at the end, and there wasn't a ton of drama. The joy was so overwhelming around New York winning the title that you kind of forgot about the fact that the series wasn't very good.
I don't know. The drama in that series, for a 5-game series, had some insane ups and downs.
So look at the conference championships, though, right? The Knicks had a layoff of almost a week because they just swept the Cavs and moved on.
They were dominant.
So you looked at Spurs and Thunder and said, okay, that's going to be better than the finals. And it was better than the finals just to see the Spurs get upset. Point being, all 4 of these teams can win it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Of course.
And
there's
all
a
4
world.
of these teams are getting ready to face quality opposition, the best opposition that they've seen in the tournament so far.
I mean, it's Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham against Lionel Messi in Argentina. It's Kylian Mbappe and all the stars for France against Lamine Yamal in Spain. Love the underdog stories, and we've seen surprise runs to semifinals in World Cups past. Morocco in 2022, South Korea's done it, Turkey's done it. But to get these powers colliding in each semifinal, it does feel right. It feels like the best team in the world will be crowned. It will probably be France, but we'll see what twists and turns happen along the way.
It's always a delight when Paul and Franklin calls in. Go ahead, Paul.
What's up, bro?
How are you?
Man, brother, if I was any better, there'd be 2 of me, man. There'd be 2 of me. I'm doing good, but look, man, I'm finna catch a little heat. Talking on this show right here. But that's all right. But every now and then in life, you catch a little heat, brother. Look, us red-blooded Americans, we get a little tired of the soccer mess, bro. It's the middle of July, but it's the middle of July. It's almost football time, baby. Now, look, I was on board when the U.S. was still in the tournament and all that, but they got put out, blah, 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 blah. But, baby, it's almost tighten up time and almost go ball time, baby. And it's time to start looking at it. It's time to get your show right. Bubba, it's almost football time in Tennessee. God bless you. Go Balls and tighten up.
There he is, Paul and Franklin. Well, fortunately for Paul and Franklin, the soccer segment is over. I will say, though, and we will, obviously, training camp is, 2 weeks away? We're 15 days away from, I think, the first practice. Rookies are back on the 23rd. Vets are back on the 28th to 29th is the first practice. Coaches are already back in the building. We have Tennessee stuff to talk about as well. There are some things that are worth paying attention to. Obviously, we'll start to preview both teams as we get in the run-up to it. I got to tell you, though, I mean, jokes aside, and Robert, I can't tell if his obstinance is real or for show, but I am genuinely enjoying the rest of the World Cup. And I think, and I don't want to lean too much into, feedback that we're getting on the national show, because obviously this is a local show and it's much different. and we want to do things that people care about the most. I think most people most sports fans are into this thing still. And I am pretty surprised by that. That's the thing that has differentiated this World Cup to me, Lucas, than others. And I think we've talked about it before in the sense that this thing is on our doorstep. It's here. We're paying attention to it. We're enjoying it. It's in a time zone that's friendly for us mostly. God knows it's not the case for Europe. And every match is super compelling in terms of the star power that you've gotten and the results being dramatic. I feel like most people in the country are still into it.
There's not a town when you talk about, hey, support your local soccer team, right? If you want to keep watching the sport after the World Cup, what better town to do that in than Nashville, where Nashville SC is at the top of the table, playing great soccer, scoring goals with star players. But yeah, I agree. It's rated well since the U.S. was bounced, and it will continue to, and I can't wait to see what's in store the next few days.
615-737-1045, the number if you want to jump in. We'd be happy to have you. We are going to talk a little bit about this Conor McGregor fight, and we will talk about some of the people that were in attendance before we talk about the fight that didn't actually feel like a fight. Also, we're going to have the crew from the Raw Room in studio. They're coming to the bowling event, and we hope you will be there too. 615-737-1045. Like I mentioned, I'm Buck Rising. It's 1045 The Zone. It's getting hot, and the last thing I want from my air conditioning is to go out. But if it does, Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical is who I'll call. You don't have to waste time waiting around for them to get there. When they're on their way, they'll send a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time so you don't waste your time waiting around like I mentioned. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, easy for me to say, is an honest company, and the price they tell you is the price you'll actually pay. No hidden fees or surprises when you get your bill. 100% satisfaction guaranteed of happy you'll be, or the service is free. That's why they've been in business for over 35 years. Family owned and operated. Their techs trustworthy and experienced, incredibly professional, and they'll solve your problems quickly. Book online today at happyhiller.com. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. We're going to have the Raw Room crew in studio. Well, Jalen Collins already here. But we'll get King Dunglap in and chop it up on a number of subjects here in just a little while. SEC Media Days. 3HL is going to be there. It's in Tampa this year. You can tune in live from SEC Media Days next Monday through the 23rd and hear all the latest SEC news during 4 days of special interviews and conversations you won't get anywhere else. SEC Media Day coverage sponsored by Wholesale Supply, built to supply, trusted to deliver. For more information and a schedule of interviews, visit 1045thezone.com. Y'all watch this McGregor fight?
No.
Nonsense.
Glad I didn't.
Just utter nonsense. Well, you did. You watched it on YouTube.
No, yeah, it didn't take long to get caught up.
I'm telling you.
I'm not going to lie to you. I did not know this was happening.
Well, you're not in on the fight game, and I'm not going to pretend to be either, but Conor McGregor is a big enough name that you understand that's going to get a lot of attention.
Well, I don't know how this didn't even come across anything for me. Like, I have no idea how it happened that Conor McGregor came back to a UFC fight, and I didn't even know it was happening until Robert showed it to me when I walked in this morning. Because
McGregor is the boy who cried wolf. We have had multiple opportunities to have a Conor McGregor fight that he has backed out of or been on. Can I get the reckless speculation sounder? Can I get the Blaine Bishop reckless speculation sounder? Yeah, he's on too many drugs to get through his fight. He's taken so much HGH that his skull is twice the size of what it used to be.
This was more of a sham than that. More of a sham
Mike
than the
Tyson, Jake Paul?
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, number one.
Certainly lasted longer.
More of a sham than the McGregor-Mayweather fight that I remember very clearly.
That was a while ago.
That was like a decade ago.
2017?
Well, those weren't real fights. Those were exhibition matches.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, hey, we're trying to knock each other out. You're just going for sport to try to land like significant strikes in those. This was an actual fight and billed as such. But I thought you were going to allude to what Mel Gibson was talking about on the side.
No, I am. We're going to talk about the opposite of a nightmare blunt rotation because the sideline or the ringside seats with the cast of characters that I saw, if you maybe we're doing too much internet on the radio, but if you've seen some of these memes, occasionally you'll see a couple of figures and whoever they might be, like Marsha Blackburn is a popular submission for nightmare blunt rotation, right? You know, and sit in a circle and share stories and have a big time with Marsha Blackburn on a regular basis, probably regardless of what your political affiliation is. I got Mike Tyson, Tucker Carlson, Vince Vaughn, Theo Vaughn, and Mel Gibson in a row.
Vince Vaughn sitting next to Theo Vaughn.
Between Tucker Carlson and Theo Vaughn.
That is wild.
Is Vince Vaughn. I didn't even know Mel Gibson was still roaming around out there. I think Mel Gibson had an anti-Semitic situation a couple of years ago that he's been in trouble with. He's been laying low. Popped up at the McGregor fight. I can't think of which of those individuals would be the more interesting conversation. Like if you're just sitting next to Vince Vaughn during a match for whatever reason, and you're just a normie. Now, obviously, Theo Vaughn and Tucker Carlson are not the definition of normies. So they're probably going to be able to communicate on the same level. But like any one of those five people, I would think is one of the most interesting people I've ever talked to.
I think I'd pick Mel Gibson. Just pick his brain. See what's going on.
All those people.
See what's going on in
Mel
there.
Gibson.
I think I'd go with Mel. Yep. I think so.
I think I got to go Tyson. I don't know how much of a conversation he's going to want to carry with me. And I don't know what conversation he's just going to go dead shark eyes on me and just, you know, like, I'll eat your face.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of you.
Tyson would be a wild card to sit next to, I think.
But I kind of want the wild card. Like, I kind of want to be a little scared. I'm already in a human cockfight.
Oh, you'd be scared of Mel Gibson.
He's
He's got, like, the crazy look in his eye. Like, he might do something.
Oh, that's only that one time that he was drunk laying on his bathroom floor eating a cheeseburger and, again, mumbling.
That was Patrick Swayze.
You sure?
Yep. Kid brought him a Wendy's hamburger. You act like I'm not the most internet person on this show. That's Patrick Swayze.
No, Google Mel Gibson cheeseburger.
Nah, I trust Robert on this.
I think I'm right. I think the two of you, I think your blind faith in Robert is misplaced. And I think I've got this right. I'm pretty sure there's a Mel Gibson incident where he's hammered on the floor and somebody is having to bring him a cheeseburger. Am I right or am I wrong?
He has it's blocked by our internet. The page what are you trying to get me to look at, dude?
The fact that there's a page that's blocked by corporate internet tells me everything that I need to know I win.
Nah, It's not. It's Patrick Swayze. You're wrong.
So what is the narrative on Conor McGregor? What are they saying happened? That he was injured going in, he got injured at the early onset of the fight?
I saw a lot of information or a lot of social media, and again, we're full tinfoil conspiracy hat.
So there's nothing official on Conor McGregor's injury?
Well, there is only Dana White saying that he tore his ACL.
During the fight?
I believe that is the case. I believe Dana White is saying that Conor McGregor basically
It
on
would
the
have
first...
to be during. He wouldn't be saying that he came into the fight on a torn ACL.
Well, he would not say that, but it is being Lucas alleged that he came into the fight on some kind of an injury.
He couldn't even stand up straight. Like, it was insane. It was a sham.
So, yeah, I mean, we are... It just depends on how seriously do you want to take the fight game, right? Where we've got boxing matches that are fixed, not fixed necessarily, but the Mike Tyson thing was just Jake Paul carrying him, like physically carrying an old man to make sure that he didn't die in the ring to the tune of tens of millions of dollars for everybody involved. It's not a fixed fight necessarily, but it's not, competition in the truest sense. You've got YouTubers like Jake Paul who are basically running the fight game. Robert, am I incorrect in saying that the most profitable and most viewed fights are Jake Paul fights right now, or would you push back on that? He's reading something on the internet. He doesn't appear to be paying attention to me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Y'all don't care what I have to say. Y'all are acting like y'all all watch this and act like y'all know what you're talking about. So y'all talk about the fight game. All of y'all love.
No, but I'm asking you,
fighting.
who's
y'all love
drawing the
fisticuffing so much. Y'all talk about the fighting.
I'm asking you, who's the biggest draw right now in a fight game? If it's not McGregor, is it what is it?
Well,
Jake
it would
Paul?
have to be McGregor because it was the highest gate in Vegas history. They outsold the Sphere. It's the most tickets UFC has ever sold for an event ever.
For that. We could talk more about this with Jalen Collins and King Dunlap coming up next.
King. No, you're good.
Oh, okay, baby.
It is 10:59, seconds away from 11 o'clock. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. There is a record sale in the National Football League as a group led by 49ers partner Vinod Khosla has agreed to purchase the Seattle Seahawks, the defending Super Bowl champions, going for a record $9.612 billion. Meanwhile, the 2026 FIFA World Cup semifinals are set in stone after Saturday's action. Extra time wins for England over Norway and Argentina over Switzerland. England and Argentina will face off on Wednesday, but first, Tuesday afternoon, it will be France taking on Spain. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. Second hour underway. We got the Raw Room in the house. We got Jalen Collins, King Dunlap's big ass will get in here eventually.
King's late again. Coach, find him.
That's Jalen Collins. Of course, the Raw Room is also co-hosted by Darren Bates.
Absolutely.
And Darren Bates is the only one of the three of you that I covered. And Darren Bates is the only one of the three of you that I can't put on an FCC-safe radio show.
He's not cleared for the airways. That's crazy. Appreciate you having me, Buck.
No, it's great to have you. I enjoy the hell out of the podcast, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like I was telling you before we got going, that some of the athletes, and it's not just athletes that you guys have as interview subjects on a podcast.
Right.
But some of the names that you guys have had in the last couple of months, just the last couple of years, it feels like, since the podcast has really pivoted towards these athlete-focused conversations, like Ronnie Brown and Quentin Jammer are not names that I've thought about in a long time. And those were two of the most fascinating conversations I think you all have done, just because of the unique perspective that you guys bring to the interview subjects and how much more relaxed they feel.
Right. Yeah, no, it's been an experience, to say the least, to get to sit down and talk to a lot of these people that I've either watched or peers while I was playing. A lot of respect for Jammer, Pac-Man, a lot of the older guys that you were saying, names that we probably haven't heard in a long time. It's a great time, and we're just really in there hanging out for like before, after, while we're recording. It's the same vibe the whole time, so that's why it feels so natural.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to having y'all as a part of the bowling event coming up on Thursday, Eastside Bowl.
Yes, sir. You can count on it. We went to your bowling event. This was a few years back.
A couple years back at Kings Bowl. And I appreciate the way that you guys support. And I know y'all are busy with your schedules and stuff like that, but I know you're competitors. I know you're coming out there to whip some ass.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a while since I guess I've bowled competitively for real. We do bowl a lot, but I'm looking forward to it. We're coming to. Is there like a prize or something that you have there?
I gotta come up with a kind of a crappy trophy type of situation. I know it's for pride, really. I will have something that resembles a prize.
It'll be a worn croc from the foot of Robert Walsh.
Hold it up for the people hanging out on Zone TV. There it is.
Right. Don't worry, he's got dozens more pairs.
Yeah.
Does it got a stench? I mean, it's.
I feel like anything that doesn't require socks to be worn with it is going to have a stench.
It better have a little stench.
It's got a little more than a little.
Sicko. You guys with the podcast, how long you been doing the podcast now?
We've been doing the podcast. We started August 2020.
And y'all are still playing, or at least a couple of you guys.
I was playing in the XFL, CFL, and DB was still playing Titans. And then he started doing his coaching afterwards. So yeah, we were still playing.
And when you guys started about the same time as Taylor and Will, there weren't many active athlete podcasts going on. And now, right. I mean, the marketplace
it's blown up for
is
sure.
flooded. But like, Jalen, I feel like I can be honest with you about it. Like, I don't think a lot of them are that quality, and I don't think a lot of them come with the same kind of commitment that you guys have had. 6 years, a long time. 6 years longer than the radio show that we've been doing here.
Yeah, like, 6 years is a really long time to be doing something, but to be consistently week to week doing it, not missing a week, like it's definitely a testament to us, just having fun and really, enjoying what we do. But like you said, it's easy to start a pod for sure, but it takes a different type of commitment and work to, do something every week for 6 years, or not. Like, it's fun when you first start and get past that initial phase of, all right, we're doing a podcast, and, you really get to the grind of, all right, now we got to figure out the content, figure out how to work the technical things. And, we've lost a number of episodes. Me and King then potted 2 or 3 times.
Good to see you, Bob.
And got no video, no audio, like just in there having a blast. So it take you some bumps and bruises, but it's it's a lot of fun. What's up, King?
What's good?
Fine, him.
Yeah, what's the fine system? I know there's a fine system in the old line room.
There's no fine system here. They talk about it.
I like that sound. Can you run that again? Double it up.
Yeah, that's for Darren Bates.
We're gonna add that to the sound.
Oh yeah, ching him up.
Y'all got a soundboard?
Yeah, we do have. We got 6 sounders. It's a small. We haven't had it in a long time.
It's just we only need a few.
Yeah.
You need to be subscribing to the Raw Room on YouTube, by the way, because the video product, obviously, I listen to mostly audio, but the video component that you guys are doing and the way that you guys are getting youth sports involved. I love the way that you guys break down tape. Ooh, yeah. I love even just listening to you guys watching the play, and then I'll go back and see the social clips that Faye and the rest of the crew will put out on a regular basis. Right. Why did you guys want to do that component of it where you're breaking down, it's high school tape, right?
Yes, it's
breaking down high school tape at the end of almost every podcast, if not every podcast.
Yeah.
What sparked that idea, and why was that important for you all to want to bring to life?
I think the biggest factor for that was Coach. And just how we're having natural conversations about, different players and things like that.
I tell you, it messes me up to hear you call Bates Coach.
I don't call him DB no more. He's coach now.
Coach.
So that's
it's not
what
Coach
it is.
Bates. It's just Coach.
It's just Coach. Coach. But we was talking about highlight tapes, and then Tavon's tape came up, and then we started talking about the best ones. He was like, "Oh, I got this idea," and then sparked it. And it's just something that we love doing. It's a lot of football out there for us to watch, a lot of different levels. And, the purest form of it, these high school kids, a lot of them might not have offers. Some of them do, but it's just a segment where we want to have some fun, watch some tape. It's not extremely technical because, it's high school kids. We just want to see the talent shine. We want to have a good time. And, we do, give some pointers here and there, but it's mostly for fun and for the kids to get some shine.
So how does that work? Do people send in
it's
like huddle tape, and y'all just pick which ones you're going to use?
No
DMs. Just email and or through the Discord, in the group chat Discord. So it's just the email and Discord, no DMs, and like you said, mainly it's for the kids.
Right.
I know a lot of us, between me, JC, and Coach, we weren't like super highly recruited kids. We were like 4-star, 5-stars. So I think for us, from my perspective, especially when I was coaching, when we started doing it too as well, to help the kids get recruited, get their tape out there, and hopefully get them to, get scholarships or play at the next level, or just kind of forward their career from what they're doing through high school. Just giving guys like that might not be, highly touted recruited, or just have, it's hard to watch every tape as a coach. And then Coach talks about that all the time too. So to help the kids get highly recruited and just kind of put them out there. And it's fun for us to, keeping us around ball. But mainly for me, it was for the kids, especially at the time. I was coaching high school football at the time. And just to kind of put them out there and help them get recognized for their hard work.
And you guys get a lot of local Middle Tennessee tape?
It's all
it's
over.
Really everywhere.
It's all over.
It's just a little competition that, Coach wanted to start. And, we've got some guys from way back, even when I was playing high school, before then, like we've had some 8th graders pop out and have a crazy tape, win the group. I'm like, all right, well, it's a lot of ball out there just for like, guys flying under the radar or things you might not see just because everything's so saturated. Yeah.
How much you guys were SEC athletes, so obviously you understand the atmosphere, you understand the tribal nature of SEC fandom and the way that people get up for these things. But and obviously having played in the NFL, all three of you. Wait, by the way, what's Sweet doing there? Sweet just wandering around. Sweet, and not even the worst athlete on the podcast because I saw Maine in the river. Are you kidding me?
John catching strays.
What are we doing?
Hey, look, Sweet is holding it down. That's our that's our business forward nonner right there. You know what I'm saying? And technically he's not a nonner because he ran track at Memphis.
Yeah. Okay,
track athlete. He did quit.
But he did run. There is film of him running.
Yeah. We do have film of him running. We do got it footage.
But my point is, like, you guys have obviously been around fans. Now you're doing something different. Now you've got a community, and they are also fans of you guys. But I wonder how much more intimate that can feel with the podcast, with the YouTube channel, and those kind of things, versus what your experience was with fans before. Because now offensive line corner, they may not necessarily recognize guys' faces. They're recognizing numbers for the most part.
Right. Yeah, I mean, well, go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was kind of weird getting recognized more for the podcast than for football, transition out of it. So everywhere I go, because I usually have a raw room on it everywhere I go, but it's like, it's you from the pod.
Rawroompod.com, by the way, is where you can get these T-shirts.
Yeah, grab the merch. Still plenty of merch on there. So getting recognized more for the podcast now was kind of weird at first. Especially would be relatively new. So, like, I'm going to talk about this today, but this week is my 3rd year anniversary of being on the pod this year. It's been 3 years. Appreciate them. Shout out to all the guys.
Kind of crappy radio production back there? We got any kind of... No, not you clapping into a microphone.
Can we get some applause? That's what it is.
Woo! Wait, Kroll, sound the siren. Sound the siren, Kroll. There we go.
All right.
But it's it's a little more. I feel like it's a little more intimate because the football fan base, someone recognize your name or your face, whatever. But with the podcast, they see your face and know what you look like, and it's just to me it means a little bit more because it's just a different type of energy and fandom coming from the football fans to the the podcasting fans. So it was kind of weird at first, but now I'm used to it. I've adjusted, and it's pretty dope, man. The more you do it, the more you realize how interactive you are with the fans and how many people love it. And it's just really, 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 really good to see people who, tap in and pay attention and really, say, man, thank you. Y'all get me through my day, or y'all are funny, and, kind of hearing the people kind of help them getting through whatever it is they got going on. That kind of hit me different versus kind of the football fans.
Now, all three of y'all were a part of the Auburn-LSU rivalry.
Yes.
Right? Jalen, you played at LSU. King, you and Bates playing at Auburn. Yes. So what is that like when that week rolls around during the season and Auburn and LSU are facing off?
It's pretty intense.
It is
a lot of trash talk.
It's an intense atmosphere for sure, and one we haven't seen in a while. We bringing it back this year.
Yeah,
and gonna pop it off down there at is Jordan Hare?
Yeah.
Jordan Hare. Okay, Tiger Birds. No Tiger Bird?
Tiger Birds.
No, Auburn Tigers roll. Stop. You gotta stop.
I'm just.
At least we know how to spell go.
But listen, no.
How many letters are in go?
No, listen.
How many letters are in the word go? How do you spell go?
Y'all just mad because y'all not bilingual. Y'all not bilingual, okay? But listen, you got a bird, you got the eagle. They need to just make
Tigers,
one,
bro.
the Tiger Bird. Get you an eagle with tiger stripes.
Auburn Tigers, brother.
You feel me? He's
Auburn
liking
Tigers.
it.
No, I'm with it.
I can't yell that because y'all not bilingual.
Don't let him. No, this don't work.
It's on the air now. The Auburn Tiger Birds is seeping out into the world.
Tigers.
Man,
you're trying to start something that doesn't exist.
Well, and you're also talking a lot of trash for somebody whose program is coached by Lane Kiffin.
Hey. I'm on the train.
How you feel about this?
The train is smoking.
We got 2 year one coaches in this rivalry.
Yeah.
The train is smoking, okay? Anything y'all might have bad, like in y'all brain, in the back of y'all head about LSU, as of recent, is tied to a guy that we shall not name, who is no longer there, okay? Well, It's tied to him.
BK.
The
What's he
train is
doing on
back
TV,
smoking,
by the way?
baby.
We didn't talk about
Mountain
that.
West games is what he's doing on TV, man.
Brian Kelly's dusty ass.
Exactly. He's not going to be in the coach's
He's a
office,
B.O.
I can tell you that.
He's a B.O.B. Brian Kelly's a B.O.B.
Buyout
He's
boy,
a
for
buyout
sure.
boy.
Buyout boy.
Doing Boise games.
Yeah. B.O.B. hold it down. But it's great. I'm glad that they're playing again, Auburn LSU, because, that's all we knew being on SEC West. It's one of those games every year. It's on the calendar. You mark it. It's going to be a physical game. And, we haven't, it's been a while since we won. So, it'll be good to kind of come in and get a win against them. And it just keeps
win.
Just keeps the kind of SEC rivalry going. The group chat gets real intense.
Oh, it does, because
a lot of trash talk back and forth.
Because Coach, unfortunately, to this day, hasn't beat me like when our teams played each other. So, still undefeated against Coach.
I am fascinated by how a lot of you guys that live these rivalries feel when scheduling changes come about and we go away from divisions and the West and East are gone, and now you sacrifice some of these annual rivalries. When it comes to Auburn LSU specifically, man, like the Cam Newton game against LSU, I think back to the year Auburn made it all the way to the national championship with Nick Marshall, that one loss against LSU.
Go Tigers.
What did you guys make of that schedule change, specifically the SEC going to 9 games and moving away from divisions?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's coming up in it when it was East and West. Teams you're going to play year in and year out. That's you kind of base your whole offseason around kind of like your rivalry schedule. So, like Bama, for us, LSU, Bama, Georgia, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, just being in the West, what you got to prepare for. And that's just it was that way for so long. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a tradition. Call me old school, whatever, but I'm big on that tradition of playing these guys. And it's just part of what you grew up playing and what you're watching. It's what you know. It's what you did. It's how you work. And, going away from that, to me, I feel like kind of takes away from that element and that intensity of the game, taking away the kind of East-West division. So for me, I didn't like it. I know obviously things change, traditions don't last forever, but for me, go back to the old school way, East versus West. Let's punch LSU in the mouth every year, just keep going from there.
That didn't happen.
For me, it did.
That didn't happen.
For me.
Well, for me, I'm speaking for me. The tables had turned by that time. We know you played in the 80s. Okay? We're talking about modern times now, brother.
It didn't matter when I played. It's still for me. I know what it takes to beat LSU. So,
them going away from the rivalry and kind of like switching up the teams that play every year, I feel like it kind of muddles up like who's coming out of the SEC and just like what the fans really want out of this conference, the best conference in college football. I don't like we're gonna play you for a year and then we switch every 3 years. It's a weird little system, and it's like you got 3 teams that stay and 4 that rotated. Like I don't like it.
But it's the NFL. That's what they're trying to do, and that's the biggest. I mean, again, Lucas is a college football diehard. I cover the NFL for a living, so I'm looking at everything that's happening in college sports and be like, well, they're just trying to squeeze every dollar that they can.
No, yes,
they're trying to create a situation that is NFL-esque without completely giving over to the NFL model. What you're describing there, schedule-wise, is NFL.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but I guess my only thing with that is just it's so many teams in college football, and it's hard to do that in every conference. So it's like changing it up to just for this specific conference, in my opinion. Like I don't feel like anybody else really has the same like scheduling conflicts as they do in the other conferences as the SEC does.
Hugh Freeze or Brian Kelly?
Freeze.
Freeze, the better head coach.
King.
Freeze.
King.
No comment.
No?
I mean, the Brian Kelly thing. You hear a lot of stuff about him without being around the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You Freeze too now.
Both.
Right.
Different kinds of politicians, for lack of a better term.
Great term.
Not to dismiss the Freeze part of it, but Freeze is a bit of a Bible thumper, and I think sometimes based on the behavior, it's easy to see through some of that. And then there's Brian Kelly, who is just the least authentic human being,
bro.
I think you could possibly find in a place, Jalen, that requires the most amount of authenticity humanly possible. What?
Man.
How did that even get past go?
Did you ever feel good about that situation? At any point, did you ever convince
I think
yourself?
they're talking to you.
No, I'm not
Brian Kelly situation.
I know they're talking.
I think they're talking
when
to
they
you.
when they announced that he was our head coach, it took me a good couple hours to even wrap my head around the fact that this was something real. I thought they was trolling. Like, no, but I couldn't understand like how somebody came to the decision that this made sense. Like we were going to mesh with BK, and then he comes in, and the first thing he does is a fake Cajun accent.
That's exactly what I was going to ask about.
I'm like,
family.
The fake accent.
Right out the gate.
now
That's
you,
your first.
and
That's the first thing you do.
And it's like, and it's a school thing, of course, but in a sense, you came and disrespected the whole state of Louisiana as a whole doing some stuff like that. It's like people that just aren't even affiliated with the school, don't even, they're like, what is this guy doing? Like, you trying way too hard.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It was terrible.
As an Auburn fan, watching that was hilarious.
Pointing and laughing.
Oh,
How
yeah,
was
it
you
was
fans have to be?
I was in shambles. It was literally the worst.
Do you call somebody, like a teammate, a former coach or something like that, or do you get calls? Like, what's the group text look? Oh.
It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family.
Oh, my God. It's so much worse.
Family.
So much worse than I remember.
Oh,
it's
because
terrible.
It pains him.
Yeah.
You hear
You
it.
hear it.
He
Yeah.
sounds like he's getting punched in the stomach
Yeah.
when you family.
It didn't even sound like he wanted to say it. Well, I don't know why he
Be a
did.
Tiger.
You think somebody talked him into doing that, or you think that was on
No,
his
that
own?
was his own thing. I'm sure he thought of that as he was walking out there on the court. He said, "You know what? I should do an accent. They're gonna love this."
Yeah, it was definitely a spur of the moment thing.
My family.
Hilarious.
Yeah, no, that was a terrible thing because it was just like you can't get. It was every season. It was something. Offense was great. Heisman. The defense was the worst it's looked in 25 years.
Lucas, that Jaden Daniels roster.
I'm like,
Yeah, man.
I want to throw
Lot
my
of talent.
headphones right now, Buck.
A lot of talent.
Come on,
But
man.
King, like, it can't feel much better like Auburn the last couple years.
Oh, you don't got to tell me.
No, I'm asking. I'm not.
I think he's talking to you.
I'm not.
I think he's talking about the Auburn type.
Well, it's funny because I'm new to this.
Yeah.
I went to Indiana.
Yeah, you're new to winning.
What?
Yeah, we get it.
I'm new to football.
Y'all just
That's right,
became
yeah,
a football
football
school last
school.
year.
Yeah.
Y'all just became a football school.
They put the NFL draft on this year during the spring game. And they had to tell Indiana football fans what a spring game was. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a foreign language.
Right.
My first two college football games for my alma mater were the Peach Bowl against Oregon and the national championship game against Miami. I don't understand this world. I'm looking at a Tennessee fan, an Auburn alum, and an LSU alum, and I'm looking at the three of you like, is there ever happiness? I mean,
Yeah, winning is a cure-all for everything. Like they say the NFL, but I think it means more so in college because it was for free. You play college football for free.
Yeah,
It's
well,
more
not anymore.
Quote unquote.
free.
Yeah.
But it's more heart, more intensity. It means a little. What they say in the SEC, it just means a little bit. It means more. And that's a real statement. I know people think it's just a saying, but it does actually mean more. And yeah, it's been rough watching. Y'all want to lose for however long it's been. You just lose count
Don't
sometimes.
laugh at him like that.
But no, it's cool. We get it. There's nothing. I mean, that's just what's been happening. So, we got a new regime in now for the fourth time, and. We'll see. He seems to be, Golis seems to be bringing in the right people in, and your recruiting's going crazy right now. So, but all that means nothing because you still got to go out there and play the game on Saturdays. Mm-hmm. So it's a good look from the outside. They're spending money, and hopefully we get, we just want to beat Bama and beat LSU, and I feel like let's just start there and go from there.
Maybe start with beating like Mizzou, Ole Miss, maybe.
Listen, that game against Vandy y'all played this year is one of the most electric college football games I've seen this year. It's where the hell did that offense come from?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. So.
Maybe beat Vandy.
And there's one of Auburn's permanent 3 right now is Vanderbilt on that rotation.
Well, I want to talk about
that. Makes no sense.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, let's because unlike the Raw Room, we got to take a commercial break. But let's. I don't mean that as a slight. It's a 3-hour podcast. What you guys are doing is harder than what we do around here. Raw Room. Check out the YouTube channel. Let's keep the conversation going because I want to get their thoughts on the state of college football, the state of college sports, right now. Coming up next. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. We got the Raw Room crew in studio. They're bowling with us on Thursday.
Hey. On the lanes.
For the opportunity to raise some money for some charity. Home Street Home, a great cause helping the unhoused community here in Middle Tennessee. Eastside Bowl. Tickets available, 1045thezone.com. Many thanks to Two Rivers Ford, Window Nation, Sports Illustrated Resorts, Hendricks Gin, Milagro Tequila, Reka Vodka, and Sailor Jerry's Spiced Rum, all making the bowling event possible this year. Who's the best bowler?
2 hands went up.
Well, and then King very subtly pointed at Jalen.
Yeah, I've got the most experience on the team. I would say I've been bowling since I think my first off season. I was at home. We had, 2 months until I had to be back. I needed to find something to do. All my people was either working or off at, school or somewhere else, moved away. So, bowling alleys open early and needed something to do after I get done working out. So I, was in there bowling. My brother and his friends, they had a few balls, and I'm like, all right, well, y'all out here better than me, and I need to, I got to get my own equipment. So after that, I was,
But you still got your own equipment.
I got 5 bowling balls right now.
You bringing them?
I mean, I don't need to bring all 5 of them. I'm bringing.
You got that big ass bowl. You got that big bowling bag.
No, ass is good. Yeah,
okay.
If we got to err on the side of caution,
all right. You got that big ass bowling bag with all those bowling balls and your shoes.
I keep a 3-pack on me. Yeah.
And I got my own ball in college. My girlfriend at the time worked at a bowling alley, so I'm kind of bowling off and on. I'm not as heavy as I was in it, but
right.
I've had a huge 18, but I got to stop using the big. When I was a lot bigger, heavier, stronger, I had a bigger ball. A little heavy for these old beat up hands and fingers now. So I've got a couple shoes, couple balls. I got to get cut. But I got to get back into it.
That's real though. Off season, trying to find something to fill the day after you get through the workout and stuff like that.
Free time.
We're in that period right now. It's for us a slower time of year, but at least I have the radio show to fill my day for 3 hours a day, right? Outside of going to practice and being around the thing for the rest of football season. For you guys, bowling and like the communal aspects of stuff like that, it's probably difficult when you're around the same group of dudes for, every day for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and then you just go on hiatus for 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. You gotta, if you're not in a location where, a little more centralized with other guys and stuff like that, you gotta find some use with your time. And if you ain't got friends around and stuff like that or family or whatever, you're really just out there winging it on your own. So, it's, you want something that's low impact, it don't take a whole lot of, effort to do, not outside, we're not hot, like something that's chill and I could do for a little while.
Well, I was talking to you guys about the podcast off-air, rawroompod.com is where you go. You can check out the new episodes of the Raw Room or the newest episodes of the Raw Room on the YouTube channel. Subscribe wherever it is that you get your podcasts. Talking to you guys about the transition and the conversations that you guys are able to have, and I made the joke during the commercial break about athletes have nothing ever good results from an athlete being loose in front of a microphone, comfy in front of a microphone when I'm trying to talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like nothing good is really going to come from that. With you guys, it's so cool to see those walls kind of come down. What have been your favorite conversations of the ones that you've done? King, you said this is your 3-year anniversary.
3-year anniversary this
on
week.
a podcast. Obviously, the podcast's been going since COVID. So, Jalen, there's any number of conversations that you could probably pull from. I don't know if there's one or two
put it
that
this
pop
way,
into your head.
You guys mentioned people are coming up to you guys. They see you with the merch. They talk about the show. Is there, and you share the things that don't get talked about from the player perspective. Is there a specific story that gets brought up to you guys more than any other when people come up to you guys and say, man, this was insane?
Oh, you like from the different
that you guys hit on
your guys' conversations.
on the pod.
And that's, I would almost want to go to a certain instance, but then I think about it, like it happens because there's so many different sectors of fans in sports, and it doesn't matter who we have on, there's a group of people that, oh my God, I used to love, I watched all his stuff, like one of my favorite players. I'm so glad y'all had so and so on. So it's like every time we have somebody, we find that new pocket of people that have been like waiting to have this person on a show or something like that. So it's tough to pick like any one.
Like on something that may have happened to you as a player that would never be talked about on any other sort of platform.
It's a lot. It's so many.
It's so.
I can say for me, I say if you ask me, kind of like my favorite guests we've had on, was my sister having Victoria on.
Okay.
That was really, really fun and kind of a different perspective. Being an older brother, trying to be a co-host and older brother at the same time, just kind of enjoying that. So for me, she's been my favorite guest so far. If you like, as far as eye-opening. I got one. You'll like this one because it was just me and you. When shout out to my boy Michael Warren when he tried to buy a G-Wagon with a debit. He tried to buy a G-Wagon with a debit card. He had no idea.
Hey, when you come into that new money, man, you don't know.
He had no idea.
He ain't know.
He walked to a dealership. He tried to buy a G-Wagon with a debit card.
Got a little Liberty Financial debit card or whatever.
Like with one of those first checks.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Got his signing bonus.
His first big purchase was he tried to
Just swipe it. What do you mean?
with the debit card.
He said, no, it's good. I checked the account. It's got money in there. No?
Yeah, and one thing, there's too a lot like after coming on and like, being officially brought on to the show, whenever it's just me and him in studio or a guest or it's us two, it's going to be some silly stuff that happens It's just because like Bates and Sweet keep us in structure. If it's just me and him, it's going to be a bunch of like
Bates keeps you in structure?
I know it sounds crazy, but Bates and Sweets keep us in line because we'll veer off on one thing and get to talking about it, get to laughing, and it just leads to something else. And that's why a lot of the episodes of me and him, it's pretty much us just crashing out laughing at something that has nothing to something so simple that's probably not funny to everybody else. But yeah, like Coach and Sweet keep us kind of in line and staying on task.
No, but I think those moments are important. Robert and I Lucas has been in Brazil for a week. Robert and I had a show like that on Friday where we had no idea why we were laughing so hard and what was making us laugh. But it was fun in that moment for the audience to experience it with us. Now, this is a live show, and obviously we podcast and things like that after the fact, but that creates another element of the community. Because if they were there with you on that show, then they're in on a joke. And if they're trying to explain it to their friends awkwardly, you just got to listen to the podcast.
You just got to tap in.
The other part of this that I want to talk to you guys about is being former SEC athletes, being former professional athletes, seeing the way that the entire landscape shifts on almost an annual basis. Do you think that college athletics is in a healthy spot right now? And do you like the changes on aggregate that are happening? Because it has been an overcorrection, but in favor of the athletes after you guys have been essentially free labor on a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Right. Yeah. Like, it'll be, a little, like, tough me saying this. I feel like college football is in a good place in terms of, like, where it's been before and, all the new things, like now they're starting to get certain regulations on the eligibility and things like that. I do feel like it is in a good place. A lot of stuff is still changing, but I feel like the game is getting better. And not just like the product on the field, but everything else that's surrounding it that's supposed to be, a tool for the athletes to become a better person, a better teammate, you know what I'm saying? Just be able to, handle themselves financially and, take care of their business, their brand as a person, and just be smarter about the things that they're doing. I feel like it's going in a pretty good direction right now. And I do like some of the new changes with the playoffs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're trying to do better, like you said. They're doing better things for the athletes. All around as far as just, off the field, not just on the field, but off the field as well. But like you said, I think they tried to do some overcorrections and they're trying to backpack on some things that they just said yes to without, fully thinking how, just kind of, I don't think they thought about the ramifications of it on how it worked from the other side, just saying yes to things just because they want everybody to say yes to.
They knew they could. They didn't bother to think about whether they should do it.
Right.
Well, on some of these things.
I feel like it's better. It's like obviously the money situation. Having 2 kids in college back when I was in college, I know what it's like to try to take care of kids on a little $300 a month little scholarship, which doesn't cover which barely covered rent. So as far as the compensation goes, I feel like obviously they're doing a better job of that. But I think, like you said, it's the overcorrection, and I feel like they could have done better is, like you said, the doing away with the divisions, and like I said, this whole eligibility thing. Like, why are we giving? I get the COVID thing, giving extra years, but the whole extra eligibility, being able to play 7-8 years in college football, I feel like to me that's something that just got to kind of stop, because that's just, you're a grown man. Like, injuries I get, but all these guys getting 7-8 years, to play 4 or whatever it is. That shit, to me, I feel like that's got to stop.
Your story about trying to pay for a G-Wagon with a debit card, and
not his,
not you, wasn't you,
Michael Warren.
But that happens for a guy first year in the league, right, in his early 20s. How much are you seeing things like that now happen a few pegs down to kids that are 18?
Oh, yeah, it happens all the time.
Don't have the agents and all the things in place that you have to have when you're going into the NFL.
Oh, yeah, all these Hellcats and SRTs and all the stuff these guys are getting now, it's happening at a younger age, and I get it. Like, it's there. You got the money to do it, and you want it, so obviously do it. But be smarter. I feel like that's something that should come with the NIL stuff, is financial, financial information, financial knowledge. I feel like they should have a finance class that every athlete has to take in college for at least a semester or a year to understand how to save your money, spend your money, so you don't lose it all, especially the fact that you're getting it in college and not waiting to the NFL. So before, you got to wait till you become a grown man, file your financial advisor, get into the league. With the money they're getting in college now, I feel like the colleges, they all have the resources to at least make it mandatory for them to take a finance class at least once, one semester, or a summer school class or whatever it is, to teach them, understand financial literacy of even paying taxes. You know what I mean? So that's just be understanding that side of, how to save your money, how to spend your money, how to pay your taxes. I feel like that will go a long way with helping a lot of these young kids, just having the understanding of having that kind of, those numbers available at such a young age.
Yeah, financial literacy should be something that everybody has to take, much less, especially if
18-year-old
athletes, but multi-million-dollar 18-year-olds who
on 1099.
Well, and 1099 on top of, and again, it's not a blanket statement, or I'm trying not to make it a blanket statement, but you have a lot of people whose financial interests are tied up in these 18-year-olds.
Absolutely.
Who are not necessarily trying to make the best decisions on behalf of the 18-year-olds as opposed to the economy that surrounds you guys, especially coming up through the high school recruiting ranks. I have a million more things I want to talk about, but we're out of time. So we're looking forward to having you boys at the bowling event, and we appreciate you coming in. And you kind of come in during football season or some point, something like that. Chop it up.
We'll be here.
I know where the studio at now.
Yeah, we know where to pull up.
Y'all going to have to lock the door.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll do a little home and home. RawRoomPod.com is where you go. Check out the Raw Room on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Get it wherever you get your podcast. Thank you, boys.
Appreciate you.
We'll keep it going. Stick around. It's 104.5 The Zone.
My family.
The Zone.
Welcome back to the show. Good to have King, and I think that's the first time King and Jalen have been on the radio show. So we'll have to have him back, especially during college football season. I feel like there's a lot more meat on the bone. Somebody gets in the YouTube chat and says, these guys like Buck? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You might have to ask him. But it's always good. I so much more enjoy, Lucas, talking to guys, and I didn't cover King or Jalen, but talking to guys that I've covered after the fact is so much easier than when they're on the team, because you understand that every conversation you have with these players is going to be guarded and PR washed and all these different things. So it's 10 times easier. Like Ben Jones always makes the joke about how little he dealt with us when he was on the roster, and now Ben is a regular contributor and a sports media rising star. He's doing sidelines for the Titans radio this season. And if you would have had me pick one player that I covered that I thought would never do media, it would be Darren Bates, and then it would be Ben Jones. And it's awesome to see those guys' personalities after the fact when you don't get them when they're active.
Well, I feel like a misconception gets laid down when players are extremely guarded and aren't overly forthcoming in podium appearances and side scrums with media, and then that becomes, okay, well, they have nothing to say, right? Because in that setting,
they have nothing to say.
They don't have anything to say to you, to your audience in particular.
Yeah.
But that quickly turns into, this is not an interesting person who has nothing to share and has no perspective. Where it's, no, he just doesn't want to share that kind of perspective in that specific setting. And so that is one thing that in this era of former player and some current player podcasts and digital content that you are seeing, that there is a lot of perspective to be shared, just not with the mic in front of their face before or right after practice.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I really enjoy. And I don't like saying nice things about Taylor or Will, but I think Taylor and Will have done a really good job with it. I think Jalen and Bates and King have done and Sweet and the rest of their crew have done an excellent job with it. And I think they were both on the forefront of kind of all these athlete podcasts. Like I genuinely think that two of the local podcasts that we have here, which, I mean, how many YouTube subscribers does the Raw Room have now? They got to be up there with some of the profile of the guests that they've been getting. Yeah, Raw Room has almost 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, these are national podcasts that are being done, platforms that are being done, and they're both being done here. So it's really cool to see the growth of those things locally from guys that you know as players and that I've covered as players, or at least some of them, and see them take their careers to the next level. Because it's just been, it's sad to see the guys that don't find their thing after their career is done, right? That void that you're kind of talking about. Anyway, what were we supposed to talk about here? Peter Skoronski? We could do that later on in the show. You want to talk about that bison video? You talk about Yellowstone? Would you ever take a trip to Yellowstone knowing that these menaces are roaming? And the thing that caught my attention about this video, and if you haven't seen the video, there's an elderly gentleman with how would you describe it? It almost looks like a prospector's beard. Like he looks like a character out of the early 1800s wandering around Yellowstone. He's in his overalls. He's there with, it looks like an uncle or a nephew or a grandson or something like that, and they're touring Yellowstone, and they happen upon a bison that's rolling around in the dust, giving himself a dust bath, this giant monster of a mammal. And there, I don't know, what would you say the distance between the two men and the bison is?
I'd like to hear you guess.
I'd say maybe 30 yards, 25 yards, right? Like, I'm looking, the angle is being taken from behind the bison, and the bison is between you, or rather, you are looking at the bison between you and the pair of individuals that's walking on the other side of the bison. All of a sudden, this thing, I don't know, if he doesn't like the way these dudes look, doesn't like the way these dudes smell, doesn't like the fact that they're 25 yards away from him, gets up and runs full steam at these two individuals. Now, there's like a brush of trees that's by these two guys as they're walking along this path. And the elderly gentleman is doing a figure eight drill through these trees. He's weaving, bobbing, and weaving through the trees to keep the bison from getting him. Eventually, the bison flushes him out into the open field. And I'm telling you, when it looks like a cartoon, the way that this man gets tossed by this bison.
Launches him up in the air.
I thought it was fake. I thought that was fake. I thought the snake video Ramon sent us was fake.
Yeah.
Turns out both real, both horrifying.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't like a bleep around and find out situation.
No.
So often you see this, and you hear the headline, and you hear, all right, what was this idiot doing, trying to get close to a bison, take a picture or something? This guy looked like he was treating the situation with respect, and this bison sought him out. Now, the New York Post has reported that he is a grandfather who started joking immediately after the incident. So he was in good spirits, broke a few bones. Glad he's okay.
So anyway, not an F around find out situation. Maybe just give these things more space. We will get back to some football conversation, football, with Hercules Gomez coming up next. Final hour is upon us. We're very happy to have Herculez Gomez of ESPN joining us now. You can also hear him regularly, watch him regularly on the Men in Blazers podcast. Been doing a lot of work on First Take here of late because we are in the thick of the World Cup. In fact, we're almost at the end of the World Cup, Lucas. I'm very sad about that.
Yeah, the hangover is going to be real after Sunday afternoon.
Herculez, we have been going by extreme recency bias at least 2/3 of the show in these last couple of weeks, where we have maintained that this is the best World Cup ever because it is in our time zones and all of the stars are performing at the highest level. And the United States was getting ready for a meaningful run and then didn't because of Belgium. I wonder how much you've enjoyed this World Cup and if you do think that we are prisoners of the moment.
Thanks for having me, boys. I don't think you're prisoners of the moment. I think it's been an unbelievable World Cup. Listen, when everybody was doubtful of the ability to host, of the relationships with the rest of the world, of the ticket sales, when they told us they'd be empty, the stadiums would be empty, that America couldn't quite possibly host something of this magnitude to the world, it's been unbelievable. Off the field, the celebrations. On the field, the stars have come out. We're talking about Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Dembele. Everybody who is anybody has come out and performed in this World Cup. And as of right now, it has been the best World Cup to this level. What separates the great World Cups, and I'll get to Qatar, is a final like we saw in Qatar. I was in Qatar. That final, Argentina versus France, was the best final in the history of the game. That's the only thing that World Cup can hold over this one. I've immensely enjoyed this World Cup, from the off-the-field celebrations to the on-the-field play and the stories. Who doesn't love Cape Verde and what they did, what they were able to accomplish? Vozinha, the little-known goalkeeper who had 40,000 Instagram followers and now has more followers than half the teams in the NFL and NBA. Like, it's insane. The celebration, the countries, the players. I've enjoyed it.
So as the dust has continued to settle, Herculez, from the U.S. loss to Belgium, I've just been able to sit back and kind of reflect on the range of emotions that we experienced, going from the high that was the early onset of this tournament for the U.S., the way that they were playing, the way they captured the nation in a way that felt pretty unprecedented in the moment, to that weird period of the Balogun news and being kind of unsure maybe for some people how to feel about it, to then just the stark bottoming out feeling of the loss and how it happened and bounced in the round of 16 again. And suddenly it's deja vu. And we're talking about the U.S. system of youth development and pay for play and all of these things. For you, as we move past this and look at the future for U.S. soccer, what positives can be taken from those first few weeks of this World Cup before what happened against Belgium? Because while it is an unfortunate, familiar feeling, Herculez, I have a really hard time saying that, no, nothing can be built on what this team did for a couple of weeks.
You can absolutely build on this. And it's proof of concept. They told us Americans didn't care about the sport. 50 million people tuned in to watch the U.S. men's national team get humiliated versus Belgium. And I know that we are Americans and we are used to winning and we want to be the best at everything. This isn't our game. This is the world's game. And it's an almost 100-year tournament where only 8 countries have ever won it. Only 8. And the newest one to break that barrier was the Spanish national team, and they had world-class players all over that roster. The U.S. men's national team does not. They've got very good players, but they're not there. But 50 million Americans tuned in. And if I know anything about America, they don't like to be humiliated. So there will be more resources pumped into this. And for a brief moment, the U.S. men's national team gave fans optimism of how they play, of how they can tactically go at an opponent. And that made many Americans feel good. But I wasn't one of the pundits that fell into the trap of we believe, of why not us. It takes a lot more. The U.S. men's national team did not lose to Belgium because play to play. Important topics. We all got to get better at that, right? A grassroots level, how can we improve the game? Methodology, coaching at all levels. How can it be easier for all to get their badges and to have that methodology available and cast a wider net in urban cities and so forth? There's 340 million people in the United States. You've got to cast that out there. That's not the reason they lost. They lost because these players when the lights were at their brightest, could not perform, and they had a target on their back. The rest of the world wanted them to fail for the political intervention that happened with FIFA and Balogun. The red card was not rescinded. They just allowed him to play. They suspended the suspension. So big target. They didn't handle it well. That's why they lost against an opponent that if they had to choose, would probably choose all over again.
Hercules Gomez of
we've come.
Sorry,
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think we've come back down to earth and appreciate the World Cup for what it is and the Americans' place in it.
Hercules Gomez of ESPN with us. Football Americas, you can watch on ESPN Plus. You have spoken a lot about the Christian Pulisic of all of this and the avalanche of criticism that followed. Mainly, and I was surprised, Hercules, about the fact that he was subbed off in that moment, and suddenly everybody zeroes in on the injury aspect of this. What to you is fair criticism and unfair criticism of Christian Pulisic in this World Cup for the U.S.?
Yeah, great question. Fair criticism. Criticize him and the team for how they failed in this World Cup because it was a failed World Cup. If there ever was a time to make a run, it would be with your golden generation. I'm doing air quotes for those who can't see me right now. Your golden generation on home soil with the majority of players not even at their peak. And in that, you have the best American player to ever play the game. That's Christian Pulisic. It doesn't mean he's the best U.S. men's national team player, but his club resume has surpassed any other player. That was all there for you. You reset the market, and Mauricio Pochettino, a manager, South American manager with European pedigree. If you ever had an opportunity, this was it. Criticize them for not being able to get over that hurdle. But don't question the commitment or the lack of heart here for wanting to stay on the field. The kid fractured his leg. He fractured his leg. Now, when you turn on the TV and you're watching the World Cup, 7 of 10 commercials that you see are going to have Christian Pulisic in it. So that comes with the territory. You can't be the star player, accept the money, and not want the criticism. But to question his commitment to be on the field, the kid fractured his leg, that's when we're going overboard, and it's quite frankly embarrassing by some of my colleagues.
As far as Pochettino goes, and he was smart and correct to push off any level of conversation in the immediate aftermath of the Belgian game about his future with the U.S. men's national team. Admittedly, Hercules, I would die for this man. I think he's